The Manly Ringer Seagulls were one of the most successful clubs in NBL1 East across the men's and women's divisions, but both sides narrowly fell short of a grand final berth. We'll see if that can change in 2025. Welcome to Tooth in the Paint's NBL1 East Manly Ringer Seagulls preview. It's the Manly Ringer Seagulls. Now, Garen, I reckon they could be very dangerous this year. And mainly from the NBL1 Blitz, I saw Taylor Wertz, their new import play. And Garen, she was extremely dynamic, physical, strong, athletic. I mean, of course, I think he's a personal trainer or runs a kind of fitness business.
I did not know that.
Yeah, of course, her husband is playing for the men's side as well. So that's very interesting to see a couple import, which I don't think we've ever seen in NBL1 East before. But Taylor Wertz looked incredibly dynamic at the NBL1 Blitz. I mean, just looking at her operate out there, you can tell she's a seasoned professional. Is a kind of small forward shooting guard build, so could replace that Brie Delaney scoring option, because unfortunately no Brie Delaney this year for the Seagulls, which is going to be a big loss, but I think Taylor Wertz will definitely fill that void to some extent. Is a very physical player as well, a seasoned athlete. And one little fun fact crossover, one of the best we've seen, Garen, is played with Jolene Anderson at Barcelona and also played for the Wisconsin Badgers at university. I don't know if they played together at uni. I know they played together, I think, in semi-professional ball in Wisconsin as well. So just digging around in the research, I was watching the highlights and I'm like, oh, there's Jolene Anderson and Taylor Wertz as well. So I'm pretty sure they'd be friends, and good to see them teaming up. Oh, well, not teaming up. They're going to be on rival teams, but you know, both coming to the NBL1 East and gracing us with their talents. So a great signing for Manly. Of course, Manly is lacking a bit in that big department with Brooke Flowers moving on. But I think Taylor Wertz, although isn't the tallest player, is extremely physical, extremely fit. So
she
I'm
doesn't
really
have in height. She makes up with in
height. Exactly. Speaking of fitness as well, Garen, another part of this of Manly Ringer is Josie Bullman. Speaking of fitness fanatics, Josie Bullman emerged as a star last season. In that 4 spot is pretty, I think, going to start at the 4 or be the first person off the bench for the Manly Ringer Seagulls. But what do you like about Josie Bullman's game?
Probably one of the quickest players in NBL1 East, and that's no cap. Bully ball. I think her strength, her ability to just be physical and not be afraid to drive in. Again, the jump shot has been progressing every year, I think by 5%, 6%, 7%. So it's getting better. The floor spacing is definitely getting better. But I think she knows how to stick to her strengths, get to the free throw line, really know when to push the pace. If players are running with her, she can definitely be that playmaker as well. Also does, I think, off-season fitness training as well. Very meticulous to her approach. Doesn't take shortcuts. Doesn't fill up on the bread and butter as well when she goes to the restaurant. She's all about the main course and the dessert menu as well.
Where do you ever get bread and butter for free anymore these days?
You do. Cheesecake Factory.
There you go.
Of the best.
We interrupt this preview show to apologise to our major sponsors, Michelle's Patisserie. Michelle's Patisserie. Get it before it goes extinct.
Hello, I am Michelle from Michelle's Patisserie. You people in Australia are so lucky because I am preparing for you your Christmas cakes. Magnifique.
But there will be a lot of responsibility on Kim Dickinson's shoulders, formerly known as Kim Hodge, some people might remember. But I think she's up to the challenge to slot into that centre position. We know Manly play an almost positionless game besides the point guard position. And Kim Hodge, I think preferred as a 4, but definitely can play the 5. And I think at full strength, she can be one of those players in the star 5. I mean, I think goes under the radar a bit as one of the superstars of this competition. I think last year struggled with a few injuries, but at her peak, Kim is one of the best, if not the best, that's right, huge call, bigs in the game. Well, speaking of another player who could make the star 5 as well, Alex Delaney. I think she might be in MVP contention as well this year. I think she's going to have a lot more responsibility on her shoulders. Of course, was in the final 5 for MVP voting last season, and has really been the leader of this Manly side for as long as we can remember. An absolute electrifying scorer, but also very unselfish. So a good passer and can heat up in a hurry. And normally digs Manly out of some holes sometimes. So as long as you got Alex Delaney in your team, you've definitely got a chance of winning. One interesting position to keep an eye out for as well will be the battle of the point guard. Now, there's no reason why Zoe Miller and Chloe Dix can't play next to each other, but that's a good look Nate Kerwin could have out there with Zoe Miller at the 2 and Chloe Dix running the point guard, or vice versa. We saw Chloe Dix emerge as one of the stars of not just Manly Ringer, but of Youth League last season. Really carried that side to another grand final appearance. A very capable player. Recently played in the New South Wales under-20s championship winning team. So has winning caliber in her bones and has been a rising star for a while with Manly. And a star that's arrived as well is Zoe Miller. I mean, we give her a lot of raps on this channel, but for good reason. Is a really dynamic scorer who has just a plethora of finishing moves. So we'd like to see her get a few more shots up this season, maybe with that 2-guard combination. Zoe Miller might be playing off ball a little more, or might still be playing point guard. Either or, she'll be extremely effective for this Manly side, who just has a plethora of talent. And also with Antonio Henderson as well.
So you're going to say Antonio McDyess, but yeah.
Not Antonio McDyess. Yeah. Unfortunately, not suiting up for the Denver Nuggets this season. But yeah, that core for Manly are just pure quality. But no Bree Delaney this year. So Bree, I think going overseas and enjoying a lot. Yeah, no Fliss Henderson still in college. Kitty Henderson is in college, but I think she's in her senior year. So maybe might come join the team. I don't know. It's just speculation. There's also a veteran coming back for them as well. It's Christy Dunsmore, or Kirsty Lucido, she's now known as, played college ball from 2012 to 2015. I think was a long time at Manly player. Unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot about her, but she's back in the...
Maybe played with Belinda Snell back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
I'm not too sure about that.
No, I think you're right there. But if you want to know about that, just listen to East Got Game. They'd covered it pretty well. But yeah, another veteran coming back for the Manly Ringer Seagulls. So, look, they've lost some players, but it looks like they've replaced them pretty well with the imports and also with the youngsters still coming through. I mean, they've made the Youth League Women's Grand Final the last 2 seasons. So the youth program as well working really well
Nate
in
Cohen
Manly.
as well, running it back. Nate Cohen building good brand of basketball down in Manly, really attracting good players to the club. And it's been great to see him, hopefully with a good team like this in the season, and see what he can cook up.
Now let's head over to the men's squad and see what they've been doing in the off-season after an impressive finals berth in 2024. Look, not much has changed since last season. Jonas Harper's moved on, but they've replaced him beautifully with Isaiah Lee. So Isaiah Lee spent the last few seasons up in Logan in NBL1 North. He's a Manly junior originally, though, so he's coming back.
Sean Bruce in Logan, I believe so.
Yeah, nice. That, I think, experience up in the North, although he wasn't getting the minutes I think he deserved, he'll come back from a really quality system. And he'll get the green light for Manly. I think he's going to slot straight into that 2-guard spot. So they haven't really skipped a beat bringing Isaiah Lee back. And their import, so with that Jonas Harper spot opening up, is Preston Purifoy, which is just a great name. That's going to be great to say on commentary.
It is Preston Purifoy, purific.
Yeah, came in a package deal with his wife Taylor Wertz, who's playing on the women's team. And just looking at Preston's highlights and seeing him a bit at the Blitz, he is a powerful player. Looking at his college highlights, thought more of a small forward, but after seeing him play in real life, he's got that power forward body, extremely explosive, good at attacking off the perimeter, but can get a few good post-ups as well. Like that first dribble is quite explosive, and I think he's going to really balance out well with Matt Eldridge, who is back for another season. It's great to see Matt Eldridge coming back for his 3rd season now in NBL1 East, and has been putting up almost All-Star 5 numbers since he's been in the league. About 17 and 10 he's been averaging over the last few years. Can really pop out and shoot that 3, which has really come along in his few seasons here. And also does the dirty work as a big. So definitely a good complementary piece to have with the talent that they've got on the Manly Ringer side. A really well-rounded starting 5 now. And great to have Matt Eldridge back for another season. And so I think with players like Mason Bragg coming back, the Wolfman, Mitch Evans, Valkovic, Nestorov, all the family favourites from the Manly Ringer Seagulls.
Definitely not a bad shout.
Well, Garen, speaking of a great shout, great shout out just before to Mason Bragg, who was an absolute sensation in his first season in NBL1 East last season. Averaged 19 points, 9 assists, and almost 7 rebounds. And that's for your point guard. I mean, a bit of a combo guard in terms of his skill set, but definitely has the keys to the offense for the Manly Ringer Seagulls. I mean, clearly Mason Bragg is an MVP candidate, one of the best players in the league, and you can see why when he's out there. He is just a hive of motion. He's just always gliding around the court, looking for those angles, whether it's setting teammates up. And his instant offense, not just off the dribble and from his shooting, but an instant offense in terms of being able to drive into the paint and either kick it out or finish with a smooth finish as well. So I reckon it's such a good thing that Mason Bragg's back. There was a bit of speculation he might not stay in Manly, might go, seek a bit of money elsewhere, but good to see Mason Bragg staying loyal. And who wouldn't with the lifestyle up in Manly? Apparently he's loving it. So what a privilege to have Mason Bragg back in the East. But I got two more people that are added. I got 2 more who don't you dare sleep on them. It's Jamie Munro and Jack Giddens from the Hills Hornets. They've gone and joined Manly. And
nice.
Jamie Munro was looking super impressive at the NBL1 East Blitz out in Penrith. He dominated in Youth League the last few seasons with Hills. We saw a few of his games when he came to North and in the finals as well. So really keep an eye out for Jamie Munro. He'll go next level this season. So just adding to that depth for the Manly Ringer Seagulls. And same with Jack Giddens as well. Similar style of play. Another really quality player to add to that Manly Ringers.
Yeah, I think Manly were lacking bench depth the last few seasons. Another one of these young guns, Jake Heyman, potentially get some minutes this season as well. Another one of their spark plugs off the bench. So good to see Manly loading up their roster and really spicing up the spice cabinet.
And that is all we have time for today. Thanks for tuning in on Spotify and YouTube. We'll see you at the beaches and we'll see you at the Biz.